Hi Fitmiss team, Michelle here. Today I've got a great balance and stability class for you to try. We won't need any equipment at all. However, later on in the workout, we will be ideally using a step. So whether it's a portable step you've got or just a step out the front of your house or anything like that, that'll come in super handy. Let's get started with the workout. For our warm-up, we've got 3 exercises. I'm going to put 30 seconds on the clock. Our first exercise, we're going to be standing up, arms out in front, and then crossing one knee to the opposite arm like this. Now, ideally, we're going to have our arms up as high as we can, but if you need to drop them down just a little bit to get that knee touching our hand, that's all good as well. Once we've done that, we're then going to do 30 seconds of a step forward and raising our arms up in the air and back, swapping sides each time. Now, depending on where you are with things, you can either go nice and low into a lunge like this, or you can simply just step forward with a small bend through those knees and out. So just see where your balance is today. And then finally, we're going to do a side skip. So skipping from side to side like this. Any problems with the knees, we can just simply do a step from side to side like that. All right, so I'm going to pop 30 seconds on the clock. We're going to do 3 rounds of that, then we should be nice and warm. Let's go. First exercise, we've got our knee ups. So place your arms around about shoulder height or a little bit lower, and then getting ready to drive that knee up to the opposite elbow. Getting those knees up nice and high, warming up through those legs. Remember, you can lower those arms a little bit if it's a little bit too high for you.
I could be the best thing in your life. You got me singing. You look like a guy who could treat me right.
We've got a 10-second break. Up next are our lunge stretches. So we're taking a big step forward, lunging into that stretch.
Maybe let's take a try.
Getting as low as you can on that lunge, raising those arms up above. Remember to focus on balance with this one. Scissoring those legs in towards each other will help with that. Next exercise, we've got our side skips. So ideally skipping from side to side, but if you do need to, we can do a step as well. Taking a big skip from one side straight to the other, using your glute to try and balance as you land.
Boy, take a chance, will you let me ride? I could be the best thing in your life. Maybe let's take a drive, take a drive. Way oh, way oh, oh, oh. Way oh, way oh.
All right, we're going into those exercises again. So we've got our knee ups, placing those arms at or just below shoulder height, and then driving up through those hip flexors. Get that knee to touch our wrist or our hand. Getting a really good rotation through that side body.
Boy, take a chance, will you let me ride? I could be the best thing in your life. Maybe let's take a drive, take a drive.
Lunge stretches up next. So taking a big step forward. Let's see if we can get a little bit lower in our lunge this time. Remember to really stretch those arms up above your head as you stretch forward as well. Focusing on balance, keep your eyes staring at a spot in front of you. Press those legs in towards each other. side skips up next, so see if we can get a little bit more of a skip or a little bit faster pace this round. Doing well, ladies, we've got 10 seconds to go. All right, we're going to do these one more time through. So we're starting off with our knee ups, putting those hands out in front of us and then driving that knee to the opposite hand. Let's see if we can raise those arms up a little bit higher, get those knees going further up this time. Again, focus on balance, squeezing those glutes, keeping your core engaged as well. We've got our lunge stretch up next. Let's see if we can get a little bit lower into that lunge, really stretching up overhead. And onto our side skips up next. Let's go, ladies. Nice fast skips, focusing on balance, thinking about those glutes as we land. Last 10 seconds. Great job, ladies. Hopefully feeling nice and warm after that first set. This next set we are going to pop onto the floor for, so grab a mat if you'd like one. I'm going to use 2 light weights for one of the exercises. If you've got some books or water bottles or some light weights around the house, feel free to grab them as well. So we've got 3 exercises. We're going to start off on our hands and knees like this, making sure our knees are underneath our hips, hands underneath our shoulders. From there, we're going to raise one leg up in the air, and if you're feeling it, also the opposite arm, and then back down. One leg, opposite arm, back down. If having both the arm and leg is too much, just go with raising your leg up in the air and you can keep your hands firmly on the floor like that. For our next exercise, we're going to do a plank. So we've got 2 options, popping onto our forearms. If you can, pop up onto your toes to hold a plank like this. If that's too much for you, you can drop to your knees and hold the plank as well. Either way, really drawing in that stomach towards your spine. Then our final exercise is going to be a glute bridge with a chest press. So lying flat on our back, knees bent, we're going to squeeze our bottom and lift those hips up as high as we can. From this position, we're going to take our light weights or books or water bottles and just bring our arms down to the ground and back up again. You can see how my hips stay up in the air. So they stay up the whole time. All right, so there's those 3 exercises. I'm going to pop 40 seconds on the clock. We'll have 20-second rest in between. We're going to go through this one 4 times through. Let's get started. Starting off with our Supermans, so making sure your hands are underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. We're raising one arm and the opposite leg up. Remember, ladies, if you need to, you can just raise your leg up and keep your arm on the ground for balance.
I can't wait for California.
Draw your stomach in towards your spine. As you raise your leg up, focus on keeping your hips balanced so you're not tipping over to one side. We've got our plank up next, so popping onto your forearms. Remember, you can either pop onto your toes or stay on your knees for this plank.
Hanging out in the sunset. I wanna know your name. Triple pumping through my veins.
Draw your stomach in towards your spine. You want to keep your hips up so they're not sinking down towards the ground, but also not having your butt too high in the air.
I can't wait for California. I've been waiting for you. Wanna know now. California.
Last 10 seconds on that plank. Glute bridge coming up next, so feet shoulder width apart. Remember to raise those hips up, then grabbing your weights and then doing that chest press movement.
California, California, I've been waiting for.
Really focus on squeezing your glutes and keeping your hips up nice and high. Remember, those weights are moving above your chest. 10 seconds to go, getting a couple more reps out.
Let's sing a song full of hope, full of pain. Why don't you sing along, my friend? For it's our last refrain. Forever young, ever strong, ever
Superman is up next.
memories like this never end. They don't fade away. So when
Remember to draw your belly in. We want a nice flat back, eyes looking down so our neck is relaxed as well.
close to the sun, keep holding
Let's see if we can hold for a second at the top now, then control back down.
close to the sun, close to the sun. Close to the sun.
We've got our plank up next, setting up on our forearms. Let's see if we can do a little bit longer on our toes.
Here's to the ones who let shine through the rain, the ones who stood for something more. We won't forget your names. The tide is high, say goodbye.
Remember to draw your belly in for this one. We want to take the weight of our body evenly through our shoulders, through our hips, through our core, through our glutes and through our legs. Keep holding that plank, we're almost there.
Close to the sun. Keep holding on, keep holding on, and I'll be right there. Close to the sun, close to the sun.
Glute bridge up next, so setting up, lying on our back, lifting those hips up as high as we can, really trying to squeeze your butt in this position, and then using those weights for our chest press.
Close to the sun.
Keep those hips up nice and high, team. As we raise those dumbbells up, we want to squeeze through that chest muscle.
When I'm gone, I'll be right there, close to the sun. Keep holding on, keep holding on, and I'll be right there, close to the sun, close to the sun.
We've got Supermans up next, setting up with your hands underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. If you haven't been raising your arm and leg up at the same time, let's give it a try this round. Remember, we don't need to raise them super high, just enough to get our balance. Try and hold those arms and legs at the top for a second or two, then control them on the way down. We've got a plank coming up, team, so onto our forearms, drawing that stomach in nice and tight, and then popping up onto our toes, or if needed, you can stay on your knees. Let's go. Keeping nice and balanced, we want our hips to be nice and straight. Really draw that stomach in nice and tight. Doing really well, team. Try and stay on those toes for the whole time. Glute bridge coming up, so setting up, lying on our back, grabbing our weights, squeeze your butt and drive those hips up. Let's go. Pressing those weights above your chest, really working through that chest muscle. Try and get those hips up a little bit higher, team. Last 10 seconds, finish it off. Alright, we are up to our final set, so we've got our Supermans coming up next. 40 seconds on the clock, let's go. Making sure our arm and leg comes up to shoulder height, holding for a second and then control back down. Keeping our hips straight, team, we want to really draw that stomach in towards our spine. Alright, plank is coming up next, setting up on either your knees or your toes, going in 3, 2, 1, let's go. Holding strong in that plank, team. This is the last time we're doing this exercise. Keep that stomach drawn in towards our spine. We want to make sure we don't have any dip through our lower back. Let's finish it off with our glute bridge, squeezing your butt, driving your hips up as high as you can, and then getting ready for our chest press. Focusing on keeping those hips up nice and high, working through that chest muscle, bringing those weights together. Ten seconds to go, team. Finish it off. All right, ladies, for this next round, I'm going to pop 5 minutes on the clock. I've got a few different exercises and we're going to do 10 repetitions of each exercise. All these exercises are balance related. So we're going to start off standing up. We're going to balance on one leg like this. And then if you can, taking one leg out to the side in a circle position like that. So we're going to go 5 one side and then balance on the other leg, 5 on the other side like that. If you do need to hold on to something while doing it, that's totally fine, but really focus on keeping that balance through your ankle, through your knees while you're doing it. Once we've done that, we are going to stand back up on one leg like this and then reach across with our arm and then the other arm. We're going to go for 10 in total. Once we've done 10 one side, we'll swap legs, balance on the other leg, going 10 arm reaches, balancing on our leg. Again, if you do need to hold on to something, that's okay. Or if you need to just balance without the arm reach, that's totally fine as well. Then we'll finish off the set with leg raises, or calf raises, just popping up onto our toes like this and back down. Hold for a second at the top and back down. Again, if you need to hold on to something, feel free to do that. All right, again, I'm gonna pop 5 minutes on the clock. We're gonna do 10 repetitions of each exercise and just keep on going for the whole 5 minutes. Let's go. All right, ladies, remember we've got 5 minutes on the clock. You are doing 10 reps of each exercise, starting off with our single leg foot circles. So balancing on one leg, bend at your knee slightly and squeeze your glute, and then with the other leg slightly up in the air, making a semicircle. We're doing 5 reps on one side and then swap legs and doing 5 reps on the other side. Really focusing on balance through that ankle, knee and hip. I've done my 5 each side, so now I'm going to stand on one leg with my arm reaches. Remember, you've got 10 arm reaches and then swapping legs. Once again, use your knee and just bend it slightly to increase your balance. Reaching those arms up nice and high. Remember to swap legs after 10 arm reaches. And once you've done those, we've got 10 calf raises. So popping up onto those toes, working through our calves. Try and hold at the top of your calf raise for a second before controlling that lower down. Once you've done those calf raises, team, we're going back to our single leg foot circles. So bending the knee slightly, then raising one leg up and making a circle position. Keep that core engaged and squeeze that glute to help with our balance. balancing on one leg and reaching up for 10 arm reaches each side, team.
Eyes in the sky, gazing far into the night. I raise my hand to the fire.
And I'm up to my calf raises now, second time through. Really try and pop up onto those toes, hold at the top and control back down.
Shine through if you believe it's true. Baby, won't you let the light shine through for you, for you, for you.
Hopefully our balance is improving as we go along on this. Remember, you can hold on to something if you need to, but try and use that balance as much as possible. Doing well, ladies. Remember, we've got 5 minutes to make it through. 10 reps of each exercise. Keep going till that siren. We've got 60 seconds to go, ladies. Doing really well. Finish it off. We have one more set to get through. For this set, you will need a step. I've got just a portable one here, but if you've got a step out the front of your house or inside your house, you can use that one as well. So again, I'm going to put 5 minutes on the clock. I've got a few different exercises for you to do. We're going to start with a lateral step. So stepping up on your step and back down again. Stepping up, back down. Practicing that side to side movement. We're going to do 10 one side and then you'll do 10 on the other side like that. Once you've done that, we're then going to do step ups. For our step ups, you're going to have one foot on the bench like this, squeeze this glute, stepping up, tap your other foot on the bench and back down. You'll notice that my left foot stays on this step the whole time. And that's because I want you to really focus on squeezing your butt as you raise up. You can even have your hand there to make sure it activates. 10 one side, 10 the other. After that, we're going to go into a step up, but this time with a knee at the top. So we'll step up, drive that knee up, back down. Both feet touch the ground. Step up, knee up, back down. We're going to do 10 one side and then 10 the other side. Up, knee, back down. So 10 reps of all those exercises, just keep on going for 5 minutes. Let's go. All right, ladies, you should have your step there to use for this AMRAP. Remember, we're going through 10 reps of each exercise and keep going till that siren. Starting off with our lateral side steps. So taking one foot, stepping up and back down. We've got 10 on this side and then 10 on the other side. Remember to use your glutes
So squeeze your bottom as you raise up. Up next, we've got our step ups. So keep one foot on the bench the whole time and then drive up through that other leg. You'll notice I've got my hand on my glute. That's just to make sure that my glute is squeezing as I'm stepping up. Once you've done 10 one side, we are swapping over 10 step ups on the other side. Doing well, ladies. Our final exercise is a step up with a knee up as well. So we step with, say, our left leg, knee with that right leg, and then back down. We're going to do 10 repetitions of that and then swap legs. See how high you can drive that knee up and still keep your balance. Remember, if you need to, you can regress down just to some more step ups. Okay, I've done all of my exercises now, so I'm going back to my lateral side steps, 10 reps each side. Let's go. As we get used to these exercises, if you feel like you can speed it up a little, go for it. Making sure that we still keep good balance and good control while doing that. As you're using this step team, remember to try and engage your core, so draw your belly button in towards your spine and squeeze your bottom as well. Almost at the end, ladies. See if you can go a little bit faster on these exercises while still keeping our balance.
is our balance and stability workout done for today, team. Remember, to get good balance and stability, it does take time, so try and do this video at least once or twice every week for a few weeks and see how that balance and stability improves. Have a great day and we'll see you soon. Bye.